am Mike Uyama. I am the owner and founder of GDQ, and I'm also the director of events. So back in the summer of 2009, we wanted to do an event that was similar to one of the bigger charity groups at the time, which was the Speed Gamers. And we saw those events, and a bunch of people in our community were like, oh, we want to do one of these events of our own. I remember I was out on vacation and someone had made a forum thread of like games people could speed run and how long they were, et cetera, et cetera. And then it was just this very large list. Like it was at least 100 hours, which, doesn't seem that significant now, but back then that was like, whoa, that's so huge. So I remember I came back from vacation and I saw that thread and I was like, okay, we need to focus this more. I said, first off, we should focus on classic games because that's more our forte.
Yeah, I'm Sinister1 and I work at Twitch. I like speedrunning because there's always a new challenge. You can always push yourself. There's an excellent community. There's a lot of great people. I think the people are really what keep you coming back. It's the friendship that are really more important than the gaming itself, but the gaming is a fun part of it as well. Well, having been at Classic Games Done Quick and witnessed the small gathering in Mike's basement and how far it's come from there, it's mind-blowing. I mean, none of us ever had any conception that things were going to get this big. I mean, we knew that after it was over that, hey, this was a special thing and it was great, but we didn't think it was going to explode like this. So, just seeing it, sometimes you kind of have to take a step back and be like, wow.
My name is Alex Van Camp, my alias is Lang, and I'm a broadcast engineer with Games Done Quick. I really immediately sort of fell in love with watching Games Done Quick. I loved how in-depth and technical a lot of the gameplay was, and just the glitches were always kind of my favorite thing, seeing these games sort of broken apart in these really fascinating ways, and how many hours people had to pour in to get the games into this state where they could be played in this manner. And I always found that really fascinating, and that's why one of my earliest favorite speed games was always Ocarina of Time, which is one of the most broken speed games of all time, but I say that with love. Speedrunning in general is just kind of an interesting optimization problem. It's take this closed system and wring everything out of it that you can. Everyone's kind of here for the same reason. We all love the video games, we love the speedrunning, but most importantly, we love the charity. Charity is hugely important. It's sort of core to GDQ's mission statement, and personally, it's the thing that gets me out of bed in the morning. The video games are really fun, but the charity is the part that's important to me. There's not a lot of other shows where I'd be willing to put in this level of work. Something about having this charitable mission that we're all pushing towards is a huge motivating factor for pretty much the entire staff and crew, and a lot of our volunteers and our runners as well. And it's really fun and gratifying to know that we're doing something very silly, but making a very serious, positive impact in the world.
I think it's part of why GDQ has become popular, is that especially people my age and younger who really get into video games, you grew up with people telling you, stop wasting your time on video games. You're never going to do anything with video games. And then people tune in and they see Games Done Quick, and then people raising millions of dollars for really good charities by playing video games. The things that you care about, the things that you enjoy doing, you can put them to a good use. So you hit those milestones, you generate the hype, and people want to keep donating. I mean, I think an easy one for me, just to start off on the list, was probably the co-op run with Covert Muffin. doing silly game Red Alert 3. It's got a bunch of cutscenes with Tim Curry being Tim Curry. And we had a donation incentive where we just watched the cutscenes. And just sitting next to one of my buddies doing a co-op run and just listening to him lose his mind laughing every time Tim Curry made a face while overacting ridiculously was just, I mean, it's got to be a highlight just because it's one of those fun moments of doing something you love, raising money for charity.
The reason I speedrun is just to get more enjoyment out of a game that I love, to just have more time experiencing that game when otherwise I would be done. So speedrunning is kind of beautiful in that way, just another lens to look at games through. GDQ, there's a lot of just chance meetings, chance happenings, and networking and new friendships that just happen spur of the moment while here, and that's really enjoyable, to be honest. It's wonderful how it can all just kind of come together for this little short period and kind of inspire all of us.
I'm Justin Vidor, also known as Darkman78, and I am the community manager for Games Done Quick. So I have a really long history with speedrunning in general. 2003, there was this video making the waves. We had this Super Mario Bros. 3 video. It was 11 minutes and 20 seconds or something like that. And it was just crazy, right? The tricks that they were doing and all that, it was wild. It went viral. So that kind of got my interest in speedrunning. It was kind of off and on, just kind of watching videos every now and then. It wasn't until about 2011 when I really started getting into watching Twitch, watching speedrunners, and then also watching Games Done Quick events at the same time. First of all, it's prior to GDQs, I had never ever even thought about attending an event for gamers, right? A gaming type event. So to just see a bunch of people, chill people, in the room, having fun. They're all laughing, having fun, watching people play games really fast and raising money for charity. It was a really awesome concept. This is something that I don't feel many viewers at home ever get the chance to see, is really what happens behind the scenes. Obviously you see the stream and you see these amazing displays of high skill, but I think what also needs to be celebrated is just the fact that behind the scenes it's just a really close-knit and tight-knit community. This is their 2 times a year a chance to kind of see their friends that they talk with online all the time, and it just shows from the moment that everybody just kind of sees each other. Since that last 6 months that they've seen each other, it's just this immediate warmth, right? This immediate embrace of it's amazing. It's I haven't seen you in so long, or it's so great to see you again, right? And just you get back, it's as if they were speaking to each other yesterday, right? It's just nothing has changed, even though 6 months have passed.
As Games Done Quick enters its 10th year of existence, we hope you will all join us for years to come as we move forward and continue with our mission to do awesome things for a good cause. Thank you all.